Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, then thank you so much for joining me, and if not, then welcome back. So today I am going to be talking about this build that I done, which is a wizard's home. So I built this in the world of Moonwood Mill. I always say it wrong. I feel like it's a tongue twister. I always struggle to say that, but yes, I'm building in Moonwood Mill, and I never normally build in this. In fact, I don't think I've ever built in this world, and I can sort of understand why, because when I was building this in particular, I noticed that the lighting is like it's really awkward. I don't know. I feel like it looks okay right now, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But when I was playing, I swear the lighting was really just odd. I don't know. It felt kind of foggy, and I guess it makes sense. I mean, we're in the werewolves pack, so it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I noticed that. So throughout the build, I think I start building in just different lightings to try and work out the colors and stuff, because I wasn't really able to see it 100%. I don't know. I feel like a hypochondriac now because it looks fine when I'm watching this, but I swear I was struggling. So for this build, I actually did create a little backstory for all of the characters, so I'm really excited to like get into that and talk about them, and yeah, just, you know, tell you my ideas, I guess, and my thoughts behind it. Of course, I do like to create stories for my builds. If you watch me, then you probably know that, but it doesn't mean you have to go with that story. That's just what I like to do, because I find it really fun, and I'm quite a creative person, so I just enjoy doing that. But anyway, so this is the build. We're actually quite a bit into the exterior, so I actually really struggled in the sense of, I didn't struggle with like this build, but I tried so many times to just build something I wanted to build, and I kept scrapping it, and I kept starting again. I kept just bulldozing it, starting again, and I was getting really disheartened and just really upset with myself. I don't know, I just felt so sad about it. I started to feel pretty like, I guess, discouraged. So I told my boyfriend, and he was like, listen, when I get home, why don't you talk to me about your ideas, and we can go through it, and we can look at it together, and we can get like all of your ideas onto the Sims and just, you know, work it out from there. And I'm so glad he done that, because I was able to create this really nice, fun build, and I have never built something like this. I mean, I've built things like Sonic's house. I've built like log cabins. I've built like a really big mystical tree house, but I've never built like a wizard's house. I've never built anything that's kind of magical both inside and out. So yeah, this build is very magical, and it makes me feel very magical, so I'm really happy with it. But there is 2 floors to this house. I mean, technically there's 4 because I have like 2 towers in it, but I don't actually put stuff in the top of the towers, except for one of them, because as you can see, there's like a landing, and I needed a way to get to the landing. So yeah, there is like a way to get up inside the tower, but the other tower is empty, so you can actually choose if you wanted to put stuff in there. I made the towers bathrooms, and I actually didn't show me building them, like building the bathrooms, because I felt like it was super boring. I don't know, like the bathrooms are so small, and yeah, I mean, they're cute, but they're small, and I didn't see the need in like having them in the build, like having them in the video. But yeah, so this build is actually available to download if you want to. My gallery ID is just iHanza, so feel free to download it if you want to. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about the characters now that I came up with. So this house belongs to a wizard, and this wizard actually has 2 kids, and they are both werewolves. Plot twist. I know. So there is a toddler's bedroom, a kid's bedroom, and then there is a parent's bedroom, which is for like the dad, the wizard. So I had in mind like a single parent, so it's like a single dad. And the reason is because there was a mum. Of course, because how would we have ended up with 2 werewolves, you know? Like, we would have had a wizard, you know? But yeah, so there's 2 werewolves. So the mum was actually a werewolf, but she actually left. She left. And no one knows why. And, you know, I felt like it was a really good story to have because it made a lot of sense, because I feel like this wizard, you know, he's quite a good dad. He's trying his best, you know, he's doing his best to just like do his part, you know. He's not great at parenting, but he's like just trying his hardest. And I feel like he really loved his wife, and then she just left. No one knows what happened, but she just up and left one day. And I wasn't sure where to go with this. I don't know if like she left for someone else, or maybe something even happened. I mean, we're talking about a cult Sims, so anything could have happened. I mean, she's a werewolf, so anything could have happened. I don't know, but I feel like the dad, the wizard, just has a lot of like vengefulness and spitefulness because of this thing that's happened. And maybe he's tried to like magic her back. Maybe he's tried to magic away the memory of her, but it's just never worked. I don't know. I thought this was a cool story and I got really invested in it. But I mean, you can definitely let me know if you think this is a cool story, or if you have any maybe you can tell me what happened to the mum, because I have no idea. I kind of like the idea of it being unknown, because it's like makes it a little bit more interesting. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see right now, we are doing a pond. I decided to put a pond outside and a big like massive red tree, because this is actually a 30 by 40 lot, so it's a really big lot. And the wizard's house is not actually that big. It's actually quite little. I mean, it's not small. Okay, no, it's not little. I don't think that's the right word for it, because on the inside it is actually quite big as well. But it's definitely not big enough to be on a 30 by 40 lot. So I did add this little like lake next to it, a big red tree, and then there's also a back garden. And yeah, there's just like lots of fun stuff. I actually spent a long time on the exterior, because I feel like for a house like this, like a wizard's house, the exterior is very important, and it really helps like bring the build to life. So I really just had fun with the like greenery and stuff. But if you do want to skip to the inside, then I understand, because yeah, sometimes, you know, you don't really want to watch 10 hours of of the outside. No, I promise it's not that bad. I think we're not too long until we get to the interior. But yeah, I did spend a long time on the outside just because I really enjoyed it and I was having a lot of fun. And as I said, like, my creative outlet was there. I just wasn't getting the ideas out. They weren't like coming out on paper. You know what I mean? Like, the ideas were there, but then when I was building them, it just didn't look right. So yeah, I was really happy to finally have something that I was proud of. But here I'm doing a little back garden. Something I just wanted to remember with this build is, although it is for occult sims like werewolves and, well, I say wizard, it would be like a spellcaster. But even though it is for, you know, sims like that, it doesn't mean that they're not living things. You know, they still want to do things like play on the swing set and have a barbecue and stuff. They're still, you know. So I did make sure to add lots of stuff that they could do, and there's also a campfire out front. I did try and use that campfire from the werewolves pack, but I thought it was a little bit too much, so I went for this one, which I believe is base game. I might be wrong. Please let me know if I am wrong, but I think it is base game. And then I just added some little planters and stuff and just made it look super cute. I did think about adding a bike, but something in my brain said it wasn't realistic. I know, like, we have wizards, we have werewolves, and I think a bike isn't realistic. I know, make it make sense. But in the sense of, I didn't think it made sense for like werewolves and stuff to have it, because I feel like they would be faster on foot anyway, so like why would they need a bike? Anyway, this is me decorating the little landing area, which has a telescope, a barbecue, and then some planters. You can always take those plants out and plant your own stuff if you prefer it, but yeah, I just put some plants in because I thought it was nice. Now, something about this build, you'll see me do it here, but I actually add a little gnome. A little gnome, like just peeking behind the fountain. So there is actually several gnomes scattered about this build. I don't think there's too many. I think there might be like 5 or something. But let me know if you find all the gnomes. If you download this and you find all the gnomes, let me know. Because I placed them. They're not too hidden. Okay, so I actually had an idea behind it. So my idea was that the gnomes actually come to life. So like maybe when the wizard and stuff leaves, the gnome comes to life. I don't know if this makes any sense, but you know how there's like that lot trait? I think it's like, it's something to do with gnomes. There's like penny pixies. I guess it's kind of like that, but I think the gnomes like kind of come out. Maybe they're helpful. Maybe they're not. Maybe they wreck the place. Maybe they clean the place. I have no idea. But yeah, that was my idea for it. So here I am doing the interior, and for the interior I decided to go for light woods because I really liked the light woods. I don't know, I just think they look a little bit nicer. I did try darker woods, like I tried to do a dark interior because I thought maybe that would be better, but honestly I don't think so. I think the white just looked nicer. I actually tried several times with this kitchen. I was starting to get really like disheartened with it, but we got there and I actually really like how it looks. And I made sure to add things that normal people would not have, such as there ends up being a really fun piranha fish, and there's a little bit more lore, a little bit more story in this in this kitchen, which I get back to in a second, but I did decide to move on and do the little kind of office area just because I don't know, for some reason when I'm doing builds I just don't know how to stay in one place. I always have to move on, so I do go back to the kitchen. The kitchen's not finished, but over here is just a little cute office space. I thought it'd be nice just to have that there, and there's some plants. There's a little cow plant, and then there's this little like ratchet rug, and yeah, just super fun. And then I think I just add like a bookshelf and stuff. But yeah, this is me moving back to the kitchen. Now the kitchen was a weird one. I really wanted to use the cottage living counters, but if any of you know, like if anyone plays The Sims and has cottage living, you know that the counters are so weird. Like not the counters, but the island counters, they have like these weird curtains on them that are like blue and yellow. I just don't like them. I don't think they're nice. So I did end up changing it all for Parenthood. I was thinking about doing a little bit of a mix match, like a little bit of Parenthood and cottage living, but I just didn't like it. So yeah, I ended up just going for Parenthood. And then yeah, I think this is pretty much everything I had down here. I did change that candle so that it doesn't have a green like light coming off of it. It now just has a white light because the green light was very intense. I don't know. You could definitely change it. But yeah, so this is me adding the piranha, and I also added some of these little like skulls because this ain't a normal family. They would have that, you know? Like, they have werewolves, and werewolves are dogs, and dogs like bones, so... Okay, now here's where the lore comes in. You see that picture right there? That is actually their mum. I know. So they didn't take the picture down. They just kind of ripped it up. I guess they were sad. Maybe like there was a full moon, turned into a werewolf, and then they scratched up the picture. I feel like that is probably what happened here. But now we're moving on to the hallway, and for the hallway I did put a washer and a dryer. Now this was something that I thought about. I thought, would a wizard have a washer and a dryer, or would they just magic it up? But I decided that I think this wizard maybe tries to be a little bit normal, tries to do like stuff that humans would do, tries to get into it. Maybe they train like his kids to clean like with the washer and dryer, because obviously a werewolf isn't magic, it just is a werewolf, so it can't magic up the washing. So I don't know, I felt like that was cute and I felt like it was okay to add it there, but I do end up putting a staircase above it because it's the only place for a staircase to go. So I end up just having that like underneath the staircase, but it's still completely fine, like still functional and everything. It just yeah, it just is over the top of it. But yeah, as you can see, I missed out the bathroom because it just felt like it was a little bit boring. But there is a mat in the bathroom and it's like the little no dogs sign. I thought that was cute. I thought it could be like no werewolves, like you're not allowed to go in there if you have transformed into a werewolf, because you would just absolutely wreck the place. So that is the story behind that. But yeah, now we're doing the living room, and the living room is such an awkward shape. You can kind of see that when I'm doing the living room, it leads on to this separate room, and I wasn't sure what that was going to be, which is why it has an open arch. I was thinking a playroom, and I did do a playroom, but then I actually thought it would be much more convenient if it was the toddler's bedroom for a few reasons. First of all, toddlers are so annoying to get up and down stairs, so I felt like having to get the toddler up and downstairs all the time would be kind of annoying. So I decided to put the toddler's bedroom downstairs, and I actually really like the toddler's bedroom. I'm obsessed with it. I'm really excited for you to see it because I'm really proud of it. But yeah, so that is the toddler's bedroom. But another reason, sorry, I just like forget what I'm saying. Another reason is because there's not actually a lot of room upstairs. I thought there was much more room than there is. There really was only room for 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom and then like a hallway. So yeah, I really like this build, honestly. I love the way it looks, and the living room is very mismatched, and at first I was like, is this weird? Is it weird it's so mismatched? But honestly, I think the living room being mismatched just makes so much sense because it just feels a little bit more homey that way. So you've still got the kind of the ratchet rug, and this little clay like hand thing I thought was perfect. There's obviously 3 of them. There's the dad and then the 2 kids, and it goes by height. So I thought this was perfect. Like there's 3 of them and there's 3 hands. I thought that was so cute, and it's like glowing, so it's very occult. I don't know, I really liked it, so that's what I went for. Now I was actually really inspired to do this build. I haven't talked about this, but I was really inspired to do this build because I recently did go to the Harry Potter studios. If you watched my recent short, then you will know that. But yeah, I went for the second time. I absolutely loved it, and yeah, it was amazing. So I was really in this kind of wizardy, occult like vibe. And then I also, when I got home from that, I just finished watching Wednesday. I know, I feel like I'm a little bit behind. I did start watching Wednesday and then I like just didn't watch it for ages, but then I was like, do you know what, I want to finish this. I want to know how this ends. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I was kind of getting some of the ideas from that and then some of the ideas from Harry Potter, so it was just kind of a mix. But yeah, this is the toddler's room. As you can see, I put a little wizard set. I thought that was so cute, and I did actually put dog toys because they're werewolves, and I ended up putting dog treats as well. It just made sense to me. I thought it was so fun to like use the dog stuff that way. I don't know if that's like, you can tell me if you like that or not, but I just thought it was pretty cool. So now we're moving on to the upstairs, and once again I did miss out the bathroom just because I think it's a little bit boring. But if you want to know what's in the bathrooms, there's a bath, a shower, a sink and a toilet. So pretty like basic. But here we're doing a office area, and I noticed that I did add a computer here. I do end up changing it out for a typewriter because I was trying to stay away from technology in this house. I feel like they wouldn't really have technology. As I said, I just finished Wednesday Addams, and she's the same. She doesn't really have technology. I guess she's kind of against it. She just doesn't like it. So she has like a typewriter, and so I was like, yeah, typewriter definitely makes the most amount of sense. But this is me moving on to the kids' room. So the kid has a really cute room, honestly. The kid is obviously this is the oldest kid. Downstairs was a toddler. This is the like older kid. So I ended up putting stuff in it that I thought like a normal kid would have, but also stuff that I thought a not so normal kid would have. So I put in this little wizard set. It's actually a different one from the one downstairs, but I love it. I think it's so cute. And then I put in this bookshelf, which I was kind of unsure about because I thought maybe they would have more of a childish bookshelf, but I don't know. I feel like this one made sense, so I just kept it there. I thought it was super cute. And then I also end up putting the same luggage trunk that I put downstairs in here. I think it's a dresser. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is a dresser, so it like works as one. I'm not 100%, but I think it is. Like this thing right here, I just loved it. So I sized it down a little bit and put it in the corner. And I also put one of these into the dad's room, into the wizard's room. I was just obsessed with it. Listen, if you don't want to have 10,000 of these in your in your build, then you can definitely take them out. But I just really liked them. I don't know. I was a fan. And I also put the dog treats in here. I mean, how could I not? I love it. And I put that little moon, that like little moon light. I almost said like moon night. No, that's a totally different show. That's nothing to do with this. A good show though. I enjoyed Moonlight. But no, a moonlight. I also put a moonlight on there. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. So this is the wizard's room, the dad's room. I don't know whether to say wizard or dad because he's kind of both. You know, he's the only wizard, but he's also the dad. So this is his room, and I love his room so much. I think it is so nice, and it's actually exactly what I wanted it to look like. So I ended up using these massive bookshelves. These are actually supposed to be used on medium wall height, but I just sized them down a little bit, and they were perfect for the small wall height. And then I just kind of done up his room. And this bed, I believe, is from the Industrial Loft kit. I'm not 100% sure. No, I think I am 100% sure. That's definitely from the Industrial Loft kit, like 100%. And then I added this little mirror, which I thought was so cute. And then there's me adding that luggage again. It was a must. Now, in this little tower bit, I do add a ladder. So it's really cluttered, like this little space is so cluttered, but I love it. I felt like I really wanted a cluttered up like corner in this room. And also I did replace that typewriter just there in the hallway because I realized that I did not use a typewriter. But yeah, there's lots of fun stuff in here. That little blue stool, I love it. And then I end up just cluttering this up. I think I actually do the rest of the hallway, and then I decide to come back and do the like ladder bit because I wanted to get a little feel for this room before I finished up the hallway. I don't know, I just got really eager to do the bedrooms. I always really enjoy doing bedrooms. They're probably my favorite rooms to do just because they're so fun and they're so different. But yeah, so this is the wizard room, and I do actually go over at the end and fill every room with like different wallpaper because as you can see right now, every single room has the same wallpaper. I do change that. I wasn't wanting every room to have the same wallpaper, but I'm so picky about wallpaper. I just find it so difficult to pick them. So yeah, that's the reason for that. But this is me just doing the little tower bit, and I don't really add too much here. There's just some wall decorations, a little table, a little chair, and yeah, it's just like a cute little area. I feel like the wizard would come up here a lot to just kind of look out and stare at the stars. But that is pretty much it for this build. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one because I love it. I am so happy with it, and I really hope you guys are too. Let me know if you'd want to see more videos like these, and if you did like the video, then please make sure to like and subscribe, because I really appreciate it. It really, really helps me out. But thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Stay around for the screenshots if you want to see some close-up photos. Bye!